One of the mantras of all tin pot tyrants and dictatorships the world over is that you never let a crisis go to waste. So lo and behold, what do you think the government's response is to recent high-profile murders / attempted decapitations in the middle of the street? What do you think the response is? Are they going to clamp down on the people doing the head lopping? Or are they going to use this moment to clamp down on you? UK plans faster removal of illegal social media content. Haha, yeah, if you thought that was going to be illegal immigration, well, you're not clever enough for this channel. You should go back to reading The Guardian. In crises after Belfast riots, Liz Kendall announced updates to the Online Safety Act. Yeah, you know, the act that shouldn't exist. Yeah, they're going to update it to make platforms like X remove illegal content faster during crises. And the key part is at the very bottom of this page. Supporters praise it for safety, while critics worry it risks silencing immigration debates under vague crisis rules. Yes, and to avoid any confusion, the Prime Minister is definitely going to be doing that last one there. Right then, here's the tweet which sparked this whole thing. Liz Kendall, the idiotic MP from Leicester. You know what her priorities are, because Leicester is as diverse as Brad Alabad. That explains the warring tribesmen in the streets there after every cricket match. So you know who Liz Kendall's worried about, isn't she? She's not worried about the victims of the diddler gangs. She's not worried about the head lopping or the Southport atrocity or buses and trains exploding every now and then. No, she's worried about stopping you from criticising the people that facilitate it all. So she posted this and said, those who use social media to incite violence, very, very, very vague. Isn't it? If Liz Kendall watches this video, she might say, oh, he's very angry. He's very angry at the people he should be angry at. That's incitement, that. Yeah, it definitely is. So, regretfully, we're going to have to nail his testicles to the kitchen table, smash his feet to bits with a lump hammer, and then put a sack over his head and send him to Guantanamo Bay. That's the way they operate, these people. So who's to say? Who's to say what inciting is in this day and age? Back in the day, we knew what it was. When you'd say something like, that group there, we must all go out and hurt them. That was incitement back in the day. But alas, this is 2026, and we all know that's not illegal, is it? At least, it's not if you're the right colour. You remember this one, don't you? UK drops charges against 2 participants of anti-Semite convoy. Now, you might not be too bothered about that because, again, I guess everything is anti-Semitic in this day and age as well, isn't it? But if you're talking about incitement, the story is relevant, isn't it? Because these blokes, these 2 fellas here, you do remember what they were doing, right? Driving a convoy through central London with massive ISIS flags and various other terrorist paraphernalia draped all over the cars, emblazoned on the vehicles in a convoy, and they were shouting, F one specific community, kill one specific community. And then finally they finished off with a little bit of surprise sex enthusiasm, and after doing all that, no charges for any of them. The Crown Prosecution Service has dropped charges against Asif Ali and Adil Motta because, they were only shouting stuff like that and using bullhorns, gallivanting through the city centre with the terrorist memorabilia. That's fine. That's definitely not incitement to violence. But you, politely disagreeing with this human chicken McNugget in a public forum? Oh yeah, you best believe that'll be incitement to violence. Anyway, she said next week they will lay in Parliament an update to the Online Safety Act, requiring services to take quicker action to remove illegal content circulating during times of crisis. What a load of bollocks. Inevitable West responded in a reasonable and logical manner. People are angry because you're not listening to them, and your response is to attempt to silence them. Of course it is, because this is what the tyrant always does. It's pointless talking about history to the neoliberals, the woke sociopaths and the globalists. They are postmodernists. They don't know anything about antiquity. They've never read Solzhenitsyn. They don't know anything about Stalin and Pol Pot and Mao. They don't realise that this is what happens every time a tyrant seizes power, and this is when they start to circle the drain, because the more they tighten their grip, the iron grip of the authoritarian state, the more people switch on to what's happening. So, this is the regime in its death throes, if you really think about it. As Mr. Musk said, and he's got a loud platform and he's not going away, he will be able to constantly put our scum-sucking leaders in the limelight every time they grind their iron-shod boots into your face. A message to left-wing politicians and activists: you are the extremists. They definitely are. And that's why they do what they do with impunity and never to be pricked by their consciences. Everybody knows this is open to abuse. Everybody knows it will be abused, but it doesn't matter because the cat's out the bag. All eyes are on them, including those of the most wealthy man in the world, the President of the United States, the VP. Everybody, it's out of their hands. It's long since fled the relatively small boundaries of our damp little island. The world is watching. So this will simply usher in their inevitable destruction earlier than you might have expected. So in the long term, it's a good thing. Just be aware, though, you're going to have to deal with a little bit of pain before you can have some pleasure. And by pleasure, I do, of course, mean watching the Ginger Growler, the androgynous android, and Shabsy Macca, the human chicken McNugget herself, get dragged kicking and screaming out of office. All right, that's what's going on. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. You best be careful what you type, though. Best be careful what you type down there, because on your knackersack like white on rice if you post anything mean about Liz. So that's it, ladies and gents. Thanks for tuning in. I'm taking a couple of days off because I'm flying out tomorrow, so I'll see you on Tuesday or Wednesday next week, okay? I'm only telling you because Landua took a week off and I got about 10 messages, people acting like I'm his mother. I don't know where these people go when they take a day off. I've never even met the bloke. Jesus. Yeah, I'll see you in a week. Try not to get locked up. Use a VPN and get a couple of extra locks on your doors, boys and girls. You're going to need them. Thanks for watching. Toodle pip. Cheers.